I'm blind. If you know what those two words mean, you are much smarter than the girl who was screaming at me at the gym. Let me explain. I'm standing there doing a tricep pushdown exercise, and since I can't see, I'm just kind of staring off into space doing my thing. Halfway through a set, I start hearing footsteps that seem like they're coming in my direction, getting closer and closer and closer, until all of a sudden, this woman's right up in my face going, "I didn't come here to be stared at." Huh? I didn't come here to be stared at. Huh? "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm blind," I say to her. Her response? "I don't care. Stop staring at me." Huh? She storms off and comes back with the manager a couple minutes later. I reach into my wallet and pull out an ID card from the Massachusetts Commission for the Blind and explain to this guy as well, "I'm blind. I wasn't staring at anybody." He says, "Okay, but you still can't make other gym members uncomfortable by looking at them."
These stories are crazy. So let me explain to you guys what's been going on, obviously. And obviously, you guys are internet snobs, so you can just see it for yourself, right? So you go to the gym and you're working out. And if you happen to look around the gym, just happen to look at people, you see someone over here working out and you may glance over there. You might glance at a wall or something. But if you glance over there and there's a woman who thinks she looks good, and you look over there, she's now saying that you're staring at her and that you're making her feel bad and that you should be kicked out the gym. But it's gone viral because there've been a lot of these viral videos that have happened where women, put the camera up to see if anybody's looking at them, and then if they see somebody looking at them, they'll put it online to blast the guy, So then guys will start making like response videos where they'll put their face, their hood under their shirt so they don't have to look at the woman, or like sometimes the woman who's working out will just go stand right in front of you, so they'll put their their shirt over their head, so there's no question that they're not looking at them, right? But now the problem is it's gotten so bad, we're now blind people like myself. I'm partially blind. Blind people who go to the gym are being kicked out of gyms, like this guy was. He was kicked out the gym because some woman felt uncomfortable that he was blind. That's essentially, she felt uncomfortable that he was blind. He's blind, doing his own thing. He's facing in my direction, so he should be kicked out the gym. And they kicked him out the gym. This is what the world has come to. And this is not the only person. Listen to what happened to this guy.
How come some blind people wear sort of shades and some don't?
Some blind people have some changes in the appearance of their eyes. They might go cloudy or, have different bits and bobs going off.
Right.
Like my eyes blink a lot. I don't know if you noticed.
That's got you in trouble a little bit, hasn't it? Like
what, staring?
Yeah.
Yeah, but blind. Obviously, I don't really know where I'm looking a lot of the time, unless I'm talking to someone. I know that I'm talking to you, so I'm trying to look in your direction.
Right.
Yeah, I was in a gym.
I've heard this story. Have you heard this, Stevie?
I think I saw the TikTok.
It's so good. Can you share it with us?
Yeah, so I was doing my exercises like a good gym lad. And my eyes just, when I'm concentrating especially, they will just fall wherever they want to. So yeah, I was just staring straight ahead, and unfortunately there was a woman doing some exercises. Don't know what she was doing, whether it was like some squats or whatever, where you might be in a more vulnerable position maybe.
Yeah.
You don't want to be stared at. So yeah, she came over to me, and I didn't know she was talking to me at first, because I was like, I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm just doing my thing. And said something along the lines of, "Why do you keep staring at me? Stop, like, don't be so creepy." I was like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm blind." Had my cane with me, it was folded up on my lap.
Yeah.
And yeah, she wasn't having any of it. There's a culture, isn't there, around trying to catch out gym creeps, which, I mean, fair enough. We don't want any creepy behaviour anywhere.
But how is she not having any of it when you've literally got a cane? Like, if you,
my disguise, mate, so I can stare at women.
I mean, that is, if you're a pervert, right?
Yeah.
You're the most committed pervert in the world.
Yeah, literally. That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
No. So I think, I don't know, maybe she just didn't clock it. Maybe she was just really angry or uncomfortable at the time and didn't clock it, didn't believe it, wasn't having it.
Yeah.
Thought it was my water bottle. I don't know, something like that. Who knows?
Like a froob.
Yeah.
Like one of them alcoholic tube shots you get. Like, it's the most inconvenient shaped container for a drink I've ever seen in my life.
So, okay. Why is this happening? See, I think this is going back to this whole woke agenda type piece. And please don't skewer me in the comment section about the word woke and woke agenda and the woke world and all this other stuff. I'm just telling you how I feel about it, and other people can tell you how they feel about it. But I think we've gotten to a point where context doesn't matter, right? Context of the situation doesn't matter. It's either racism, sexism, and people want to be like extra sensitive to BS stuff. When did it become so crazy to just look at somebody, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I know there's occasions where you're looking at, but if you're in a gym and somebody's working out and you look at them, now you can't even look at someone. It's interesting because we've gotten to a point where we want to be more free, but in that ability to try to become more free, we're actually taking away all of our freedoms. Like right now, you can't look at someone. You can't say what you want to say. You can't, there's so many restrictions on just your own personal freedoms, right? Your own personal freedoms day to day. We get to the point where it's not about if it's reasonable for that person to feel uncomfortable. It's just whether they did or not. Right? Is it reasonable for that woman to have felt uncomfortable because a blind man was working out and he was facing her direction? Nobody in the world would think that's reasonable. And he's got a cane. He's there. She believes that he's got this elaborate costume on to do that, instead of just saying, oh, I'm sorry, because I think that woman knows. She thought, this woman that he's probably talking about, and even in the before thing, that she's so beautiful, that she's so attractive, that men want to look at her, and that I don't think these women could comprehend that sometimes we're not looking at you. Sometimes we don't care. You may not even be our type, but because of this whole agenda to essentially emasculate men. They want you to don't look that way. Don't be very timid. Don't look over there. Don't say what you really want to say. Be very timid with what you say. And if you're not, put you on the internet and now you're some type of pervert. And the only thing that you were doing was working out, right? Only thing you're doing is working out. Matter of fact, look at this video of a guy who's working out and a woman comes in front of him. And watch what he has to do because he doesn't want to be put on the internet because she's filming it. Check this out. Again, this is because these women are trying to go viral by going to a gym, putting up a camera, and seeing if they can pretend the man is looking at them. And if they do, then he's a creep, and you can put it on TikTok and get 1 million views. But it just not happens to be the case. And now, some men are starting to fight back and starting to make fun of these whole situations because, again, sometimes it's just not about you. And now it's even to the point where blind guys, people who are blind, right? People who are actually physically blind, they can't see, are getting caught up in this crap. But let me know what you think about this situation. Do you think that these people who are in the gym working out, do you think this is a thing? Now, I do understand there are extremes to everything, right? There are some guys who do go inside there and just googly eye the chicks, and there's some, women who are in there who's extremely sensitive, and if you just brush past them and look, then they're claiming that you're harassing them. But I think in most situations, it's just, I think you have the right, and maybe it's just me, I think you have the right to look wherever you want, and as long as you're not hurting anybody, what does that mean, right? He's looking at me, so he should be kicked out the gym and exposed as, it's like, really? Like, I really think we are starting to become a society that are limiting ourselves and just the normal, just everyday freedoms that we enjoy, right? Just normal everyday freedoms that we enjoy. This is starting to get ridiculous. But let me know how you feel in the comments section. My name is Nathan Lawyer, and I'm going to see you next time. Peace.